Hi, it's Barry. Welcome back to my channel. There are some things I want to go over today having to do with the Cloth and Paper Black Friday sale and the last few days. I've got some extra strategy for you and some suggestions. So I'm going to talk to you about some ideas that I have, and I'm also going to show you the setup that I now have in my Veleta A5 folio. So today's free gift is the 100-day sticky note bundle. So it comes with the 100-day sticky note tracker, and this is great if you want to track, let's say, your hydration or your exercise or your sleep or anything that you want to improve on, that you want to monitor. Then you get one of the envelopes that you can keep all of this in or use to store your stickers or pens or other things. And 2 pens. And this one is a Keiko Green. Doesn't look like their traditional pens, but same brand, and it's a 0.5, and it's considered a jumbo. So that's today's free gift with purchase if you spend $75 after the discounts. This is a great time to be purchasing some gifts for people that you know would love cloth and paper. If you were fortunate enough to get the nested valet tray set before it sold out, this is the smallest one. This is a perfect gift for anyone. Some of my other ideas for gifts, which I've mentioned before, but these silver task planner notebooks are just absolutely beautiful, and getting them for 25% off is a great thing. And what I would do is pair it. I think a white pen goes really well with it. This is the Tofu White, and my favorite pen, which is the Kokio ME Gel Pen. But you can get any color that you like, and there's lots and lots of pens on the site. I would also consider the silver clip as a great thing to pair with it because of how well they look together. And then who wouldn't love some transparent arrow page flags to go along with? Looks great together. Of course, you can always gift yourself any of these things. So strategy-wise, today's freebie is a great one to get. So picking up some gifts might work really well for you with that. You also may be planning to purchase and get the silver bag on the only day you can get that, which is Monday. And of course, anything you want to give as a gift, if you can give it with the silver bag with the gift tag, that looks really nice. I think the ultimate gift would be an heirloom folio or a foundations planner if you were giving it to somebody who uses rings. And of course, as a gift, this comes in this beautiful box. So you could even just tie a ribbon around this if you wanted, because it looks so pretty. So I told you I was going to show you my Veleta folio setup. But I also wanted to talk about strategy and purchasing and the gifts, because I thought I knew what I was doing today, which is I have an order sitting in the cart. It's almost all CP Petite items. Kind of crazy. I'm fully stocked with the CP items, and my very first order had a lot of CP Petite items. My second order had an heirloom folio in CP, but then I have a cart sitting there full, and I thought that I was just going to keep looking at it all day and then process it when I was ready. And then I had a brainstorm. For my order on my heirloom CP Petite folio, I was able to use some Luxe Bucks, the maximum amount $20, and that was very helpful. So I've been planning to get a second A5 heirloom folio because I really have to have it in black. And all along I was kind of waiting, thinking, well, I'll do that Monday and then I can get one of the silver bags. But then I was thinking today, why not use the Luxe Bucks, and I can get the freebie today. I can order the planner, and it'll also put more Luxe Bucks back in there. Because tomorrow I might want to get some last call things. I'm saving my $75 order now for Monday so that I can get the silver bag. Of course, if you did do a $75 order tomorrow, you'd be getting the CEO folders. I happen to have a lot of these. I did show you in my most recent video how I was using this on my desk. I actually have several packages of these that I purchased a while ago, and I'm looking for the perfect acrylic holder that would fit a lot of them to do a different type of filing. Back to the Veleta heirloom folio. So I wasn't sure exactly which of my half letters I was going to move in here, and I experimented with the travel, which I did show to you, but then I decided to use my home planner for this. So let me show you. So what I have here, and this is a vinyl on some acetate, I call this housing plans. It's everything to do with the house. And what I have in here, this is kind of like my dream planner. I've been working on it for a while. The house that I live in now was a custom build that we designed, and the two houses before, pretty much the same thing. And as soon as we moved into this house, which was a while ago, I started thinking about, well, if I ever did a house again, my first section, I just have like house plans that I've collected, and maybe I've made notes. I'd modify it this way, or I'd do this with it. And I might have notes about, where it was or whatever. But so I have a bunch of house plans, and because this is half letter, I can print things out in an 8.5 by 11 and then just fold it. But I have to give you a hack for that. If you have a lot of folded pages, and I have a lot in this planner, it can start to get a little thick on the side because of the folds and seem uneven. So here's what you do. When you have a folded sheet like this, you simply use a card scorer. And I picked this up years ago, and what it does is it makes a very fine crease, and then it's not so thick there. And if you do that with all of your pages, you're not going to have the bulking problem that I mentioned. And these are really inexpensive. It's just a good thing to have in your stash of planner tools. Back to where we were. So the first section I had was plans. The second section I have is just some general notes. Notes that I want to make about things that are good or bad, things that I want to remember. I start to have them by room also, and I'm just using the task planner inserts for that. Then I get to the section I call Reno, and I have a dashboard from the original plans of a great package that I got from Cloth and Paper. This one has tips about decorating your space. Then there was a section on home refresh, mood board, different things. So I have some pages from that insert packet, which is probably 3 years old. This was the sketchbook dashboard that clear. And then I had from the space planning these grid sheets, and so that's good for drawing things out. Then I get up to an area which I'm calling furniture, and this is if I'm making notes on furniture I need to acquire, furniture I need to get fixed, whatever. Anything to do with furniture and ideas around furniture. My biggest section is on inspo, and that's where I see something online, and one of them is office design. If I ever had to do it again, I actually do like my home office right now, but I would make some changes. And one of these days, maybe I'll do a tour for you of my home office and my storage. So this one here, and I have a note on this, kind of interesting. I think it's taken in a high-rise in Florida is my guess. But if you see all the way across, it looks like it's closets, but actually this area here is a Murphy bed. So it's a good way to take an office and combine it with a guest room. And you can see more office. I'm really focusing a lot lately on having 2 areas in the office one for filming and one for working. And you can just see I've been collecting those lately. There's a lot of them. And then just other ideas, like a home theater company that did some work in my house for me. They frequently post things on Facebook that are interesting, and this one was a studio frame that looks like artwork. So you get the idea. I've got a lot of inspiration that I've printed out. Some of them I print out in half letter size like this, and somewhere I wanted to see more detail I might print out in an 8.5 by 11 and then punch it on the side as I've showed you. And then I have an area for notes, just general notes, and I did use the Notable Vellum dashboard on that. Now, one thing I want to talk about. When I first set this up, I tried it with one of my half letters. Almost all my half letters are with 3/4 inch discs because I'd rather have a lot of thin notebook. This notebook was getting too big, so I had moved to 1-inch silver discs. And there's a real advantage here because the pen loop was kind of getting in the way with the 3/4 inch with my dividers. If you want the side dividers, and I always do want the side dividers. And here, because it was 1-inch discs, the pen is not in the way of the dividers. It kind of hangs underneath them. Now, normally, you know, I love this pen. I mean, I have a million pens. I always go back to this one. But it didn't look good with a white pen because all my dividers have white labels. So I found a gray pen that I thought looked good with this, and that allows you to read the dividers. And my favorite all-time journal card that I've ever received, which is my room card from Chicago Planner Conference. Absolutely the best conference, and I'll have a video up very soon. It's already been filmed. I just have to edit it, and Black Friday got in the way. But that conference was fantastic, and Cloth and Paper designed the key card for where the conference was held if you stayed there at the Lowe's in Chicago, and then you have a keepsake. So hopefully they gave you some ideas. Don't forget about that giveaway that I'm having. You have until the 29th of November to enter that. All the details have been sent a couple of times to my email list. If you are not subscribed to the email list, there's always a link in the description below the video. Make sure you confirm when you get the email back. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time around.